Hi, I'm Sylvia Beckerman, CEO and founder of Life Après and host of the podcast series Sylvia and Me. 5 things that I wish somebody had told me before I started the organization. Well, the first thing is that the word divorce has such a stigma attached to it, but it's also a subject that women really need to open up about and talk about, and they want to. And they want to share their stories. When I first started, it was very difficult to get past that stigma and get women to come. So really what we did was we had friends of some of these, women come along with them. And from that, it just turned into something wonderful because we wound up getting people who were interested in all of the conversations that we were having and who could share some stories. So although I didn't know it had such a stigma, what we did was we helped to get rid of some of the stigma. The second thing is people don't commit to anything in advance. I'd be tearing my hair out at the beginning, the day of any of the monthly events that we had. And mind you, the events weren't costly. They ran between $25 and $40. The $40 one had a full dinner. Most of the money went to charity. But still, they had 2 to 3 weeks notice. Invitations went out. It was posted on social media. And there were times where it wasn't until 2 to 3 hours prior to the start of the event that I knew how many people were coming. Now, mind you, there had to be enough drink, food, and seating, but I got used to it over the years. Third, you can't please everyone. And I mean everyone. All of the events and all of the blogs and all of the writings, everything was done with a strategy in mind, and that was getting information out, getting women together, having a good time while meeting other women and trying to empower one another. There was one event in particular that I remember. It was held at a local salon. All of the events were held in Fairfield County back then. It was held at a local salon. They were very generous with their time and their space. The evening had a lot to do with image, self-image, how you project yourself. And towards the end, they decided, you know what? They'll do some demos, a minute here, a minute there. If somebody wanted to learn how to style this, that. There was one woman who was really, really upset about the fact that it was just a demo. She wanted the whole full-on salon service right then and there. Well, couldn't please her, and she did wind up leaving. Never did come back, but we soldiered on. So the other thing is, there are some people who just want to get inside your head. They want to mess with your head. They believe they're professionals. You hire them because they're professionals, but you also have to remember that you also know some things. And you hire them because they're supposed to help you, consolidate some of your own ideas. Well, this one particular woman that I hired at the very beginning, business development, was adamant that her way was the only way. The launch party almost didn't take place. Luckily, I learned right then and there that just because they're a professional in a certain field, they might not get what you're trying to do. And lastly, the last, number 5, imitation is good for the soul. When someone copies what you're doing, it's not a bad thing. As a matter of fact, if they keep copying, you can only make yours better. And you know that it's wanted and needed. So those are my 5 things that I wish somebody had told me prior to my starting Life Après.